I really hope that sound. I won't be really sure that the music isn't. I hope it's like you hear it. I I really hope it's fine. It should be fine. Checking. Also, I'm not like having it. I'm not like. How do I word this? Now the music's not even playing. Is the music not? Okay. Okay. I think it sounds okay now. Oh. A drawing. Uh-oh. I don't know. Problems are rising. Oh no. Okay, well, let's try this and see if this one works. Okay. Let's see. It should work, I think. I hope so. Okay. So we're doing, I'm doing like a color palette thing. So hard. Okay, it should be okay. So it's gonna be 5 colors, and I have to incorporate it into this little piece that it's gonna be a cat laying down, fireflies, all that jazz. Am I hoping for I don't know how to. Okay, so my plan is to talk about all the warrior cats lore from Dawn of the Clans to the broken code. Be prepared. I'm having so much fun with this already. Okay, I'm fine, I'm normal. Okay. So, let's start with... Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, I did not prep for this at all. I just kind of like slapped it together and I was like, it's fine. I did not plan on how I was gonna explain the entire lore. I have the books. I do have the books. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my phone so I can have a cheat sheet because I remember a little bit. So Dawn of the Clans is not technically the first. I think it came it's technically the 5th arc of the, and it's stupid because it tells you about how the clan came together, all that kind of jazz, how they formed, how they're, you know, chilling. But that's not what I care about. What I care about is what am I going on about? So it starts off with the tribe of what was, I think it was the tribe of rushing water, which that's a whole different arc to talk about because it's like a whole separate thing. But we come to find out that the tribe of rushing water was actually the first. It was the first thing to ever exist. Not first thing. Cutie pets were the first, but then they left. They became part of a tribe. So they start off in the mountains, and it follows their journey of how they need to find a place to live because their current place is not working out. People are voting to leave because so much is happening, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. And so we start off with I think it was 2 protagonists and a bunch of other side characters that don't really matter. So it starts off with our 2 main protagonists. It was Clear Sky and Greywing. Now, come to find out that Clear Sky and Greywing are brothers, and they also have another brother. It was like lightning something. Okay, we'll figure that out later. I'm pulling up the wiki because I can cheat, because I remember a little bit, but not all of it, because it was so long ago. But they're like, we're starving, we need home, we need food, we need something. And I think Shaded Moss was like, guys, we should dip. So they start searching for a place to stay, and I think she died very early on. Was it a he? But Shaded Moss dies pretty early on, hit by a monster, also known as a cop. And then I think Tall Shadow, who I think you can tell by the name, are gonna be the leaders. Tall Shadow was like, I'm taking over, and Tall Shadow is like the best leader that they could have in that moment. She's collected, she's calm, she knows what to do. Overall, it's a really great leader. She is one of my favorite characters. She's very well orientated. I think she handles the group really well. Anyways, so they keep looking, and they arrive at this like big old plain. It's surrounded by all kinds of things, like there's a plain, a nearby forest, but they decided to settle on the plain because it's the easiest place to go, and they're like learning to hunt, how to hunt the rabbits and stuff like that. Overall, a really good vibe. And then I think that's when they meet Wind and Gorse, who are technically loners. Yeah, they're loners because they're not rogues, because they're not violent. A rogue is violent, a loner is not. So that's the difference I don't think many people get when reading Warrior Hats, is they don't understand the difference, and it's very confusing. I'll give you that, but like there is a very fine line on figuring out which one is what. Now, Jagged Peak. Yeah, Jagged Peak was there's guy in Greywing's little brother. He ends up falling from a tree, but that's like later on. It's not that relevant yet. Anyways, so I think there's guy did this whole debacle about how no, I wanna live in the forest. It's great. It has more shelter. We'll be more secure. We'll be safe. And then everyone was like, okay. I think he took a few cats with him. Did he? I have the books. Hold on. I have the first book. So they meet a cat named Storm. Storm's like I think she was a rogue, but I think she became a loner pretty fast. I don't remember her character that much. I just know that she had one important thing about her. Didn't last long, but you know. So Clear Sky and Turtletail, they're getting a little bit closer. You can tell that Turtletail likes him pretty good. Also, my favorite thing is that during their travel to the new moor, I think Clear Sky and a love interest of Grey Wings too dies during the trip. It's really sad. I don't think she was. I think she was. She had Clear's. I think it was Clear Sky's mate. The details on that are a little bit foggy, but you know, it's not that important. She doesn't really. She doesn't have a plot character except to be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Anyways, so we carry on to Storm, a little, yeah, she's a rogue. A little rogue who ends up getting closer to the brothers, Clear Sky, and Grey Wing. And I think that's when Jagged Pete falls from the tree, hurts his leg, and I think it was Clear Sky's fault, and I think Clear Sky rejected him from the group. Because Clear Sky was starting to get a little bit power hungry. He did not care, even if it was his brother. He was like, yeah, we don't need people who are weak like you to hold us down. It's really messed up. But then Jagged Pete goes on, he goes back to Grey Wing, who's more than happy to accept his little brother back into the little group in the moor. Like, good for him. He's always so good. He was my favorite. And nobody got anything on Grey Wing. Sorry. He's hands down my favorite. Next to Hollyleaf, they share the spot because, you know, different times I love them. Anyways, so Turtletail, another love interest of Grey Wing, decides to leave the moor. And she's missing for like a good couple of days, maybe moves. I don't remember exactly. But come to find out, she comes back. She has children. Do we know where she got the children from yet? No, we don't. Come to find out, she has been going to visit the kitty pets, and she did fall in love with one. But did the kitty pet treat her well? No. So she came back. With all of her children, her many children that Grey Wing ends up adopting and treating them like his own. And it's a really sweet moment, and then, no. Turtletail decides to mess it all up. She decides that she wants to have her children meet their father, who is a not so great kitty pet. He's actually pretty rude and disrespectful, and I think on the way. Oh no, she leaves to become a kitty pet, and that's when we find out that she's had kids. She does come back. That's when we found out she had kids. Like this whole debacle of Jesus Christ, lady. You had what? So messed up. I hate it. Anyways, so I think Storm, who was in love with Clear Sky, she did have. So Clear Sky, but meanwhile we're with Clear Sky. We're watching him. We're seeing how badly he messes up everything, because he's like not the best, especially for a cat. Storm. Grey Wing could have treated her so much better. Anyway, she saw how Clear Sky was treating Jagged Pete after his injury, how he was next to useless, how he was like yelling at him, all that kind of thing, how he was just not helping his brother in a time of need. So she decides, hey, I don't want this. If you're not going to do this, I'm out. And she leaves. And so whenever she ends up being found in a collapsed like damages here. And we come to find out that she is no longer with us. She's gone. She's kicked the bucket entirely. We come to find out that she has a child. Now, the child is named Thunder. Grey Wings takes the child and, like, goes back to Clear Sky. It's like, I found your son. What does Clear Sky do? Nothing. He leaves that child. He's out like a light. He's gone. Not like the wind. I've never seen someone just own their kids so fast. But he is out of there. He does not want anything to do with Thunder. Which is crazy to me. Because one moment he is seen madly in love with the she-cat. He loves Thunder, and we come to find that out, but he wants nothing to do with this child. Not right now, at least. He wants absolutely nothing to do with Thunder. He looks at him and is like, take him, I guess. And then Clear Sky's like, not Clear Sky, Raven's like, huh? You want me to take your son? And he's like, yes, I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Anyways, so I think that's around when Turtle came back. I'm checking. Oh yeah, they did do a vote on losing. But after Clear Sky rejects him, it's the whole thing where they move on. I think, Turtle came back with their 3 little kids. Come to find out that she left the kitty at home because, you know, their father, Tom, was not so great. And we find out that she just left. She fell in love with somebody else. And that's when I think Brightwing decided to take on the responsibility of becoming the father. And he is like a great dad. Oh, she's gone. And he is like an absolutely great dad. We love him. He actually takes care of the kids, and that's something we rarely ever see. Especially in a Warrior Cats book, because we don't really see Tom step up like that, like how he did. And I think hands down, Greywing was one of the best father figures for Warrior Cats, and I think he should be a staple in what a Tom should be doing with his kids, instead of just like looking at them and then leaving and then we never see them interact again. Only to appear when like their kitten is like sad and like depressed because something happened. I think we should see more fathers that interacted with the kid. Because he wasn't even the real dad and he was interacting with them. It's like, you're a better dad than like the Warrior Cat community. Like Tom's Warrior Cat. Like the Toms in the series. He's hands down one of the best. And I that's what made him my favorite character. Okay, so fire breaks out. I think Thunder was in the fire, and he was like, oh my god, I have to save my other adopted son, because like Greywing's like a father to everybody. He's a father to Thunder, the kids, who else? I think it was like Lightning, Thunder's, I don't remember, I'm not really sure, but he's like a father figure to everyone. He's great. So that's when we see fire breaks out. He goes to save Thunder, who's trapped. And as soon as he saves Thunder, I think my music stopped. How long has that stopped? Anyways. So we see how, what was I gonna say? I forgot. I'm really not good at storytelling. I'm just bored. Anyways, so we see the fire break out, and you know, after the fire, after Greywing saves Thunder, Thunder's all of a sudden like, I want to be with Clear Sky. I want to be with my dad, because that's when Clear Sky is like, my son, my poor son. I love you. I miss you. Please come home. And then Thunder's like, okay. Like, that just baffles me. I cannot believe. It's one of my, like, least favorite moments. Trying to think. Wait, no, Greywing, we're disregard the whole Clear Sky saving Thunder. It's Thunder who saves Clear Sky. And then that's when they decided to live together. I forgot. I'm so bad at this. I did not prep at all. This is like my raw memory in the Warrior Cats wiki correcting me. So anyways, go back to live. And then I think when something happens with Tall Shadow, and she's grieving, and then Greywing becomes temporary leader. And that's like never good. Because Clear Sky is the other leader of the group. We have two groups. We have Tall Shadow's group, and then we have Clear Sky. And they're butting heads over territory, prey, anything that you can think of. They're butting heads over. And then I think something happens with, there was someone in there. I think Clear Sky decided to banish a cat because they weren't contributing, which is like very on brand. Sorry. And then Thunder decides to leave with this with the cat. They decide to go back to Greywing, I think. Pretty sure they did. Go back to the moor. And that's when a gathering happened. To talk about, you know, like regular stuff, whatever happens at a gathering. If you don't know what a gathering is, you will get it explained in Into the Wild, because that's when they happen frequently. So I think eventually Turtle's kids get taken, and it's by the father Tom. So everyone's, I think Turtletail told and then left. No, I don't think she told. I think she was found dead. I'm pretty sure she was found dead. 99% sure she was found dead. Sorry to drop that bomb. Yeah, no, she was found dead. She was found on the Thunder Path, and I was so sad that I cried for like a little, for like a long time. She was my favorite character, but we come find out a car hit her. Sad day. And we get to the actual confrontation between Tom, Thunder, Greywing, and Lightning? Maybe? I think that was his name. So, yep. Anyways. Get back to the fight. I think Tom is like holding his children hostage. Somehow they get free. I don't know how that happened. There's a lot of stuff I do not remember happening, but they happened. Now, I think Clear Sky tried to kill Greywing a little bit after that, because Clear Sky like started a battle because he wanted more like territory. It's Clear Sky. He's starting battles over everything. Let's be honest. We can't kill Greywing, and then oh, it was during the gathering. Okay, I remember that. So they're at the gathering, and Clear Sky plotted to jump Greywing, Tall Tail, and I think Tall Shadow, and then who was it? I think it was who was it? I think Thunder was there too, because you know it's Thunder. But he's there. He also gets jumped because you know it's Clear Sky. He has some issue. Do we know about all of them? Absolutely not. But do we care? Not really. He's gonna do some stuff. So fast forward, all of a sudden all these spirit cats are just going down. And it's the spirits of all their dead loved ones. And everyone's like, hello? How are you here? That's wild. And then, what was it? Spirit cats appear, they tell them to like unite, and they're like, come on, you have to be one, otherwise you're gonna like implode and die. And Clear Sky's like, oh my god. And I don't think he listened. I don't think he listened. I do not think. I think One Eye actually joined Clear Sky's group. I don't know what Tom did. I think he did. Oh, hold on, I'm researching. It says he did. Then I think One Eye tried to kill his like daughter or something. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I think he ended up dying because Arrow Fur kills one, then Tom also kills one. I don't remember why Tom appeared again. All I know is that he did. Tom's really not that important. So we get back to this cat, Starflower, who is, I think, also One-Eyed. Was she One-Eyed daughter? Yeah, she was. So she comes to find out that she's fallen in love with Clear Sky, but who also loves her? Take a guess. It's Thunder. Thunder's fallen in love with Starflower. I think she toys with him a little bit before going to his dad. So messed up. It's so bad. It's all kinds of. It's just a mess. Get a new. I don't really draw all that. I just draw a little bit. What do we draw? To draw some warrior cat characters. I don't know who to draw first. I think I'm gonna do Hollyleaf because I love Holly. So, anyways, fast forward. Starflower is still madly in. Hello. I'm discussing warrior cat lore. I think you will enjoy it. I can't speak. But we come to find out that Starflower is technically mates with Clear Sky, and I think she does end up being the one for him. She ends up being his mate. They have children. It's great. Oh, I hit my mic. I think that's when I think Starflower did try to kill Thunder and Clear Sky. Maybe just Thunder? I don't remember. But she seems to like him at first, but then just uses Thunder. A lot of cats die from a sickness, and there was a flower that I think Starflower knew of. I know she was a part of the prophecy for it. And it is called the Blazing Star. Because there was a sickness just plaguing Clear Sky's group. They get a prophecy from the dead cats, which aren't technically called Star Clan just yet, but you can kind of tell that they're forming that kind of bond. And then a few moons pass, everyone's okay, everyone's chilling, they seem to be on pretty good terms right now. Everyone's okay, nothing's happening. And I think that's when Quiet Rain, their parent, the mother of Clear Sky, Jagged Peak, and Grey Wing appear. Why is she there? I don't know. It wasn't really clear why. I think she was sick. I think she wanted to say goodbye, and I think she knew she was sick. I don't remember. I don't think it ever probably did. Okay, we're not drawing Holly Leaf. We're drawing somebody else. Who can I draw that's easy? Okay, Adeline, we're drawing Holly Leaf. Anyway, she's up here. She's sick. She's ill. I think Clear Sky is like starting to confess his crimes to his mother, who's like absolutely horrified. Like, huh? you killed who? Who's dead? It was so messed up. I don't know why he started confessing his sins. Anyway. I think she actually disowned him. I think she disowned her son because of all of his crying. It's so messed up. Why would you tell her? I think she does forgive him. You know, it was Quiet Rain. She was a really good character. She believed that, you know, things weren't as bad as they seemed. I thought she was a great mother. Want that. Anyways, I think Starflower gets pregnant, and then I think her kids get kidnapped, or she got kidnapped. She got kidnapped. It was by this group of rogues who I don't remember what. I think it was like this like rogue group that was. I don't know, it was a group by the character Slash, who was evil because, you know, they need a villain. Dawn of the Clans is wild. It goes through so many arcs. I think like every book is practically like its own arc. But that kind of thing happens for a little while. They save her. She gives birth to children. They're not really story relevant, in my opinion. They just weren't important. What else happened? I think some cats leave Slash's group to get recruited. I know Greywing falls in love with, I think it was Slash's child named Slate. I think she was a part of Slash's group. At least I think she was. I don't remember that much about it. I know Slash kidnaps her and Greywing's kids, and then I think he was found though. And then Clear Sky like saves the child. But we come to find out that Greywing is really, really ill, and he's been progressively getting sicker. And everyone starts to realize that as time moves on, as Slate has her children. It was really close to when Greywing was like dying of his children. Proper children of his own. Because so far all of his kids they've been family. But he wasn't able to fall in love and and start his own family. How should I put that? Because in Warrior Cats, adoption isn't a thing. They all saw him as like a father figure, but they didn't like address him as dad. Because adoption isn't a thing in Warrior Cats. It's really sad because I feel like if he was like properly the dad, everything would have been better. But you know, it's Warrior Cats. You can't have too much hope. I'm sorry. So Clear Sky brings back the children, and then River Ripple, Tall Shadow, Clear Sky, and Wind. 4 groups. 4 clans. Oh no, 5 clans. That's when Clear Sky's on his deathbed. He decides to rename everybody. Not rename everybody, but rename their factions. So he's like, your Sky Clan, Shadow Clan, River Clan, Wind Clan, Thunder Clan, and then he dies. And that's basically the end of Dawn of the Clans. We get the classic roll credits. It was this time. That's Dawn of the Clan. We finished the first arc. I only struggled through 90% of it. What's the next arc? Next is Into the Wild. Into the Wild starts off with this little two-leg... Not, okay. So we start off with the kitty pet. His name is Rusty. Do we know a lot about Rusty right now? No, we just know he's a kitty pet and he's invested in the like... He's invested on what's on the outside world. So we see him talking to his best friend, Solange, being like, "Hey, do you know anything about what's over there? What's across the fence?" It's not just telling all these stories about how like they eat children. Yeah. That's pretty much what Smudge tells him. And then I think one day Rusty's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go see for myself." And Smudge is like, "Don't do that. Please do not go." And Rusty's like, "You know what? We ball. We got this." So Rusty just goes off into the wild, and I think he immediately gets attacked. Not attacked, but he gets jumped by one of the main characters. Who is it, you may ask? Well, it is Graypaw. He finds this little kitty pet. Now, what do we find out about this kitty pet? Well, we know that in the prologue, we see two cats talking to him. We're changing. Sorry, this is how my process works. I can't stay on one project for too long. Go back to Albedo. Anyways. So they come out, they find they're best friends at this point, somehow. I don't know. Blue Star's like, "Hey, you're kind of orange. Do you want to join a cult? A cult?" And then Rusty's like, "I'll think about it." And then he's like, "Yeah." So he says goodbye to his dear friend Smudge, I think. I don't think he did. I think he did. But, you know, we can pretend that he said bye to Smudge. So, anyways, fast forward. We learn more about the prophecy. Now, the prophecy was shared by Spotted Leaf to Blueford. Now, the prophecy was, Fire alone may save the clans. And that is a prophecy that we get throughout the series. He does not stop saving the clans. Even when he does eventually die. He does die. But not for a couple of moons. He's okay for now. He's pretty early on in this. But we get the message of Fire alone will save the clan. We know that right now it might be about this young kitty pet who we don't know a lot about. Now we learn a little bit more about the clans, how they function, and how they're working. We learn about the different roles. We learn about how they work as a team, hunt, prey, all that kind of thing. So we find out that he will be renamed into Firepaw by his fire-colored or pelt. So she renames him Firepaw because of the whole prophecy. We get an on-site look onto Spotted Leaf, who is the medic, but also apparently really smells good. That's a weird fact, we know. Really weird. I hope this is enjoyable because I'm having so much fun. But I also know that whatever I'm saying is not making so we get an on look onto how the clans work, what are the groups. There are multiple groups. There are kitty pets. Jesus, what am I saying? There are not groups. Roles. There are roles. You can become a warrior, queen, leader, deputy. You are either a kit, apprentice, elder. What I do his hair. This is hard. I don't like how it's hard to draw. Anyways, we see him get apprenticed by. He doesn't even properly get apprenticed. I think he was just thrown into Greypaw and Ravenpaw's little group, because you know Greypaw is the one who found him. I think he does later on get apprenticed to Blue Star. Love that. He does get apprenticed later on. Star, yay! That's when we see something's a little bit off with one of the warriors, and we realize that very fast. What's wrong with Tiger Star? Think what's wrong with little low tigers? Something's a little bit wrong. Seems a bit murderous. Are we picking up on that? Picking up on that. So we're like, okay, you're a bit strange. But we'll pass on that thought for I'm looking. There's so much to tell, but there's like so little that I want to talk about. Am I allowed to skip? Am I allowed to just give a small summary of Into the Wild and then move on? Because I want to talk about Power of 3. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I can do that. I'm allowed to. Basically, Into the Wild was literally just Tiger Star was evil. He becomes leader of Shadow Clan after he tries to kill Blue Star. One of his fellow members actually tried to kill a child. That was wild. And then, after Tiger Star is banished, Firestar becomes deputy, I think. Anyways, we go on to see him fight Tiger Star a little bit more. Nobody cares about that. Moving on. Now if we move on to the next series. Oh, by the way, Tiger Star is dead. Welcome. Okay, let's move on to the next series. The new prophecy, they travel to find a new place because their home got destroyed. Okay, great, now we're on to my favorite arc. Power of 3. Now, we start off with an interesting little feat. we get to see the protagonists as kids, as babies. Now, I think that was a really, really, really good thing that they did, because we got to see how their life began at the very, very start, and I love that, and I wish they would do more of it. So we see the protagonists start off as kids, but we start to notice that something is not right with J-Kit. We come to find out he's blind. Now the prophecy for this arc is there will be 3 kin of your kin who will hold the power of the stars in their paws. Who might be the 3 kin of kin? Let's look at the 3 protagonists and see what kind of weird powers they have. J-Kit, he can walk into people's dreams and sense their emotions. Now, Warrior Cat, powers aren't common, but we do see them. Medicine Cats mainly have a special ability, and it's not all of them. It's just a small percentage. You notice that with Yellowfang, who can sense others' pain and know exactly what is wrong with them. And then Goosefeather, he sees all kinds of prophecies from the past, present, future. It's crazy. And then Cinder Pelts, who ends up being reincarnated. Which isn't really a power, but it is so magical, so I'm counting it, so shut up. I get to say what I want to say. Anyway, so moving on. I don't like how these are looking. I don't like how it's looking. I'm thinking, what can we do? Will I still talk about warrior cats? Absolutely, but I don't wanna. Drawing's not working out. It's a bad art block. And also, my attention span is not the best, frankly. So I'm gonna pause and open again. Anyways, I'm gonna keep talking about how anyways, so we get back to who was it? It was what are we on? So we're on the powers. We see the kids are a little bit strange. They're interesting. We know that there is something interesting about them. J-Kit can walk into people's dreams, see how they feel, and feel their emotions. That's something we don't see immediately, but we start to notice it later on. Now, there's another cat that is kind of a little bit of an interest. Who is it, you may ask? Lion Paw. Lion Kit. Jesus, okay. We noticed that there is something interesting about Lion Kit. He can't get hurt. He might get a few scratches, but how often does he get those? It's not common, and we notice that very, very quickly. But anyways, just saying, strange. Probably keep an eye on that. So moving on, we get to see them get apprenticed. Now the apprentice ceremony it goes by smoothly, I'd say. Pretty smooth. But what do we notice? J-Paw is getting apprenticed to a warrior? Okay. A little bit interesting. But I'm all for it. Brightheart, who did lose her eye, so she's half blind, is a warrior. She's doing absolutely, she's killing it. So I think J-Paw could have killed it, but what's something that's interesting about him? He can't hunt. He sucks at hunting. He is like extremely bad at hunting. Like downright awful. He should not be doing these. But if we ignore that little factor, give me on past it. We notice that Holly Kid is getting apprenticed to Leaf Pool. She has a desire to heal people. Well, what do we realize? She sucks at it. She sucks so bad. She cannot process herbs at all. She sucks. I love Holly Leaf. She is a great character. She can't heal. She should not be healing anybody. And then like Lion Paul, he's killing it. He's a great warrior. He's like doing his best. He's chilling. He's great. He's fine. Just ignore him, and then he's like, nobody really likes him. So they talk about it, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, we should talk." And J. Paul's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's talk?" And they're like, "We don't think you're a good hunter. We don't think you could be a warrior." And then he is like, "What do you mean? I'm training to be a warrior." And he doesn't even like his vendor. He hates Brightheart. He like downright despises her. He treats her so poorly. And it's like not even funny, it's sad. You feel bad for the character because he's making all these snarky little comments. He's like, "Well, you know, you're blind." You're so blind. I found a game. Downside, it's horror. But you know, we ball. That just means I have to change my Hold on. I like how I changed my mind halfway through stream. I haven't done this before. Changing the title. Because I did. But I don't want you to know that. I'll still talk about Warrior Cats while I'm like freaking out. So it's okay. Anyways, we see that, you know, like everything's like messed up now. But J. Paul, Holly Leaf, they swap mentors. Actually, no, they didn't swap mentors. J. Paul took Leaf Pool, but Holly Leaf was like assigned to a different cat. It's this whole thing. There, I changed my title. Hey, look at me go. I'm doing so good at this. I'm not. Do I know what I'm doing? Not in the slightest. I end this and then restart it. I wanna make a script for this. I gotta make a script for this. Okay.